Hi, I'm Symphoneers, and today we're taking a look at Roller Crusher Big Red Burn, kind of. This is very much built or based around Artist's Talent, which I've done a deck on in the past of like fully creatureless burn, with the release of Roller Crusher Ride, which can double burn damage basically. I wanted to take another crack at it, and I figured leaning into kind of damage multiplication and scaling and stuff would be sort of fun, which is why there's also 2 Mechanized Warfares and some O'Hare Ashenels in the mix. Supporting all that stuff, we have 4 Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. This has just been a nice, big, chunky kind of burn threat thing for us to play. Initially I had some like shocks and things in here, but they just didn't feel kind of as impactful as I wanted, so I figured, hey, why not the big new mythic? And it's been working out. We also have 2 Charred Foyers in here. We basically never pay for warped space, but the Foyers are nice because it's a sort of redundant layer of card advantage to support the dig, the filtering that Artist's Talent gives us, and I've been pretty happy with it. We also have 2 Virtue of Courages, and sort of similarly, the Virtue itself, the enchantment, is just a nice additional layer of card advantage, and kind of another permanent to soak removal in the form of like Terra Sunders and Get Losts and stuff. That's probably the big advantage of this version over the prior version, is we have a lot more stuff to eat removal and remove that kind of pressure, so that all our like critical Artist's Talents aren't just getting Leyline Binding and we're sad. Aside from that stuff, we have 2 Brotherhood's Ends as a sweeper to kind of support the sort of sweeper in Roller Crusher Ride. We're playing 4 Flick-a-Coins and 4 Playful Shoves as well. These just scale very, very well with Artist's Talent as we level it up. And we're playing 4 Lightning Strikes, just as kind of generic burn. In the 1-drop slot, we have a full playset of Fountainport Bells. These are cantrips that are artifacts, and we primarily are playing these to support the Delirium on Roller Crusher Ride. Initially, I had more stuff to support Delirium. It ended up feeling like the Fountainport Bells were a nice kind of simple way to do a little bit of like turbo deck building. They're a low-cost way to support Delirium, basically. But the Fountainport Bells and the 4 Fabled Passages are kind of primary concession to Delirium. Aside from that, we're reasonably good at hitting it just because Artist's Talent's discard can let us pitch stuff to Delirium, and that is handy. Like, that's a nice kind of synergy point in the list. Aside from that stuff, just 2 Fountainports for generic value in the mana base, and yeah, that is more or less the deck. If you like the deck tech and like the video, like, subscribe, etc. always helps the channel a lot. If you want to support the channel even more, you can dig around in the description and do things like follow me on Twitch, or become a patron on Patreon, or a YouTube member, or if you're buying Magic cards, you can get them through Card Trader using my code and link, and that gives me a little kickback, that gives you a little discount, is good. All that rambling out of the way, let's get on to some actual gameplay. I think this hand is alright. Do the Fountainport Bell? I think we still decline, even though we sort of want 4 mana for O'Hare Ashenel, just because we're going to draw lands, because that's how Magic be. Hired Claw for the opponent. We can eventually get to the Fabled Passage for free, like without having to play it tapped, so just do a mountain, hold up either the Lightning Strike or the Fountainport Bell. Depends on what they do. Depends on what they do. Would be sort of nice if they just sunk mana into the ability. Lizards! Okay. So not Mono Red or whatever. I think Hired Claw is sort of underplayed in Mono Red. It's difficult. Maybe I should have committed to... Oops. Yeah, whatever. We'll say this is fine. Stop stumbling. Hired Claw eats the bolt. Lizards does have stuff that cares about us taking damage, so it's... But we don't get any of that from the opponent, so that's good. You love to see it. Hold up the Flick-a-Coin. Restless Vents and another Hired Claw. We flicked a coin at the opponent. Oops, all fabled passages. It's fine. New coin, who this? For this turn, we simply O'Hara Chanel. And then our flicked coins can do more stuff. I suppose O'Hara Chanel's only for opponents. So maybe we want... I guess it depends on how they develop with the board as to whether the coin goes... I mean, flick a coin dealing 4 to the opponent is so good. It's so over efficient that we probably just do that. Yeah, no. O'Hara Chanel gets the axe. Or go for the throated, rather. Flame Cash Gecko. Our opponent has no other 2-drops. Or they do a big punt, one of the two. I'll lean towards them knowing how their deck works. Hey, Brownie Man. Good to see you, good to have you. Yep. Red pingy stuff do be happening. We are sure regretting putting in additional lands into the stack. No. We can Roller Crusher for 2. That will take out the 2 lizards. And that's alright. Instant artifact land in the graveyard. Restless Vents do 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 do. Restless Vents do 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 do. It's an ant. Meow 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 meow. And it's Vents do 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 do. Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. Well, that is, if you don't mind me saying, a large lad. No impending. We'll treat ourselves after kind of flooding. Big lad goes bonk. Laughing Jasper Flint. Artist's talent. Oh. You love to see it. Do this. We will... Just thinking about killing Jasper Flint, as you do. I don't... We just bonk him with the Overlord. We bonk him with the Overlord. As looking at stuff and trying to set up, what if we can level up this, I was like, stop thinking so hard, just flick a coin at them, toss the mountain, etc, etc. It's fine. Opponent at 10. Restless Vents. Do 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 do. Does some looting. They toss. I would have just played a lizard instead of doing like vents stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Seems sus to me. Our opponent explodes, because, yeah, their lizard hand not really keeping up against Overlord Roller Crush, not keeping up against a pile of mythics. Good games to the opponent? Sure. We play out a Fountain Port Bell. Declining the trigger. We run 23 lands currently, plus 4 Fountain Fort Bells? No, Fountain Port Bells. Just do this? Okay. Just do this, I guess. Fairly expensive hand, which might be awkward. Boros Control? It's giving Boros Control. Because of that, I'm going to zero the Roller Crusher ride. Sorry, that's a Verge. It's Jeskai Control. Maybe Thorn Spike? Oh, these are all Verges. I wasn't even paying that much attention. Is this just Domain again? No, but Domain doesn't like the Verges. I am confused. I think Foyer does the most to help us generate a winning board. In terms of raw card advantage or whatever. It's not even Mardu. Like, they sort of have 5-color mana. They have... If their mana was better / different, they would have access to 5 colors. With, like, a Triome or something. Overlord. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Overlord alert. Fabled Passage, crack a Fabled Passage. Do an O'Hare Rationale. Would not hate hard casting Boiler Bilges and then have them kill the Boiler Bilges. Just because then we would have Domain, or not Domain, sorry, Delirium on the Roller Crusher ride, and then our Lightning Strikes would hit them for 6, and that's neat. I like that. I think our opponent's doing like 5-color Overlords. That's my guess. O'Hare Rationale flips. Foyer reveals Fountain Port Bell. It's giving Fountain Port Bell. I don't know that paying for Warped Space here is a great idea. Just in case they have removal-y things. Let's be vaguely tedious. I don't know how the auto-tapper would handle stuff. Decline the Fountain Port Bell trigger, do the Fountain Port Bell. Fabled Passage, nominal deck thinning. The best kind of deck thinning. Hold up the flick a coin? We might... No, I was gonna say we might hit Artist's Talent, which would be helpful. A Leyline of Mutation... I don't even remember Leyline of Mutation, honestly. That's one of those cards I saw in Spoilers and was just like, it's so deeply Commander that I don't need to think about this at all. Kind of like the, oh, that dies to Lightning Strike. I was gonna say Bolt for a second. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Leyline of Mutation is real bad. Shoot that Overlord. Shoot that Overlord. Shoot that Overlord. Play Mountains from Exile. And consider our life choices. Do you require... You require 4. That's awkward. Oh well. Full price Boiler Bilges. Bonk 'em. Big bonk'ems. Their Overlord flips, or is about to flip. Flip. De-impending? I don't know. Leyline Binding took you long enough. So they are playing, they're like doing domain stuff, but their mana is bad. I don't know. Weird. Phone goes brr. Sorry, opponent. Getting a text message will do that. Charred Foyer fires. Montagna. We can double Brotherhood's End if we want. That feels... Wait, double... Wait. How does this resolve? This is a learning moment. Because Brotherhood's End gives us Delirium, if I'm not mistaken. But it's not in the graveyard before it checks, right? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing that I was like, huh? This is okay. We can make a fish. And I mean, if you've got a fish, you're made, you're golden. Don't you touch my roller crusher. They have another Leyline Binding, don't they? Hmm? Big Overlord. Mm-hmm. Do we want to make a fit? We can also just sack the token to draw a card. Well, that's probably better than the fish in this situation, given that we'd have to burn the treasure token to make a fish, and at that point, what are we doing? Like, we're down tokens, and yada yada yada, Leyline Binding, uh-huh. Yeah, Overlord budget domain. That seems to be the mood. The vibe is budget domain. Just keep awkwardly, like, flicking coins at things and staying alive. Oh, Jesus, that's loud. Please stop texting me while I'm working, people. The people in my life. Artist's Talent. Playful Shove. Discard the Fountain Port. Okay, now we have card velocity, which is good. I think we want all this. And we will... Yep, 2 cards in hand. They didn't hit Beans, which is good. Because Beans is like the thing that makes domain decks gross. Drawing 15 cards for 2 mana. Pretty good. Sure, the Foyer did a bunch of work for us already. That could be way worse. We would like to Roller Crusher X0. Decline stuff. Overlord, do. Hit the opponent for 8. Flick a coin. I guess we should wait, just to be patient. And not give away information and stuff, because we can't kill them with these things. We can get close with Virtue of Courage. Oh no, we can kill them with these things. I'm just... Wait, no. Why is my little peanut brain not working? It's okay. Sometimes it be like that. We can get close, anyway. Let's wait. Maybe. Yeah, we should just level up the artist's talent and then do that. Don't even need to with the drawn lightning strike. But listen, it's fine. Fountain Port, Bell, into the bin. Lightning strike the opponent for 8. Good games to the opponent. Love a 1-mana deal 8. This hand is weird, but probably okay. We have early interaction, we have an O'Hare Rationale for like board pressure and, you know, burn multiplication or upscaling. Verge, it's just control. Ooh, oh boy, okay. Decline, Fountain Port, Bell, activate ability. Draw a card, we hit a mountain anyway. Azorius. In that case, I would like to simply shoot the Gremlin Tamer. I suppose the trigger is on enters, so we could have reacted to it or like held the interaction. But that's fine. Enduring Innocence, okay. I don't think we're that concerned about shooting the Enduring Innocence right off the bat. Maybe you want to just do the Virtue of Courage next turn and then try to use the lightning strikes to burn them down? A potential problem with that plan is just if they have interaction for the Virtue of Courage, because we don't have disenchants to work with. Okay, sure, this could be a problem. Double ethereal armors sure is a thing. Okay. O'Hare Rationale is not super duper relevant here. Like, we can shoot the Enduring Innocence. Shoot the Enduring Innocence. I guess we should have shot it. Bum 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 bum. No, then it would just be on, like, the Gremlin the Ethereal Armors would just be on the Gremlin Tamer or whatever, and we would have a similar problem. We would just maybe be better able to race them. We haven't hit our... yeah, not hitting damage scaling sooner. Or no artist's talent or whatever with this hand is fairly bad for us. And that's game. We don't need to wait for triggers, we're dead on board. Good games to the opponent. Keep 7. Fabled Passage, grab a mountain. Do the artist's talent on 2? Is it control? It's control, isn't it? Yeah, okay. 4-mana artist's talent is not ideal. I'm just going to flick a coin now. Well, they're tapped out. Do we think that they counterfoil? Maybe? Three steps ahead. Yeah, so this is just going to be like 5 minutes of me trying to make game happen and them... I don't want to play this game, but oh well. I hate mill. I am not running grab the prize, no. We will strike that, I guess. We could also... We probably should just foyer plus lightning strike.
A minor setback to Phyrexia's plan.
Yeah, Roller Crusher not hitting Planeswalkers is a bit annoying. Don't know why it... I mean, they probably just ran out of templating space is the actual thing. Demolition Field on the Fountain Port. We take the action, grab a Montagne. I guess bare minimum we can do Overlord stuff. We flick a coin and Roller Crusher for 0 in that order so we can use the treasure? Pay 0, confirm 0. Use the treasure and land Roller Crusher while they're tapped out. Because now the Overlords hit them for 8. If they resolve, that is. Temporary lockdown in the bin for the opponent. I'm down to just try the foyer. Deuce. No more lies. We could impending... Let's impending one of these. It plays around soft counters at least, although they just played No More Lies, so, you know. I don't know if they're running the 2 mana, like the detective-y one, or whatever. Farsight Ritual, sure. And it also gives us the option of just, like, virtuing them for 4 somewhere. Get lost on the Roller Crusher ride. Shoot them with the Virtue while we have it. Hit them for 4. Overlord also hits them for 4. They go to 10. Overlord impending's down to 3. Opponent continues their deductions. And plays a temporary lockdown to get the map tokens, I guess. Okay, sure. Don't hate foyer. Another No More Lies. Bonk them while they're tapped out. Impending. Virtue of Courage? I figured the Virtue of Courage would get counter magic out of them if they had it. And we have another Virtue of Courage, and we have the Overlord. We should Fabled Passage. Opponent is preparing their taxes. Definitely one of those kinds of games. Play around the final No More Lies. I get lost the Virtue of Courage, but not the Overlord. That is ambitious. We're optimistic. Sorry, did I say No More Lies? Not the... I meant to They do that instead of dealing with the Overlord? Yeah, that's very curious to me. It doesn't really matter because we have an Overlord in hand, they don't know that, etc., but just with the information on the field, you think they should shoot the Overlord once it... Anyway, good games to the opponent. This hand is sort of weird and or risky. Artist's Talent makes it a lot better. I guess a Terra Sunder or something would still kind of be not great, but it's okay. Swamp, Restless Cottage, Dread Knight, slow roll, or not slow roll, but like they're getting full value out of it. Probably want to level up the Artist's Talent before we do other stuff. Would be nice to just draw a land and Overlord, impending on the Sentinel. I guess they might explore it out of range, which is a risk. Now we have to deal with the Vraska thing. Okay. Overlord. We can zip it up. That's awkward. Mechanized Warfare. Toss an Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. That's O'Hara Chanel. Shoot the Mosswood Dread Knight. Do. Goodbye, O'Hara Chanel. That's another land. We do all this stuff because it helps us. It reduces some of the damage we're taking for the turn, and it gets us to a position where we're better able to address things like the Sentinel of the Nameless City. We're still not, like, in love with the situation. It's not great, but it is a little bit better for us. This is good, because now we can level up the Artist's Talent and Brotherhood's End. And that takes care of the Sentinel. We will toss another... Well, we toss another... Oh, this is a decision. The Overlords might actually be better than the Foyer for us right now. So we deal with their board. Right now the main risk is just instantly losing to Vraska. Because isn't it great that one of the strongest mid-range decks in the format has a 2-card combo? We're doing okay. Terra Sunder on the Artist's Talent would be quite bad. Mosswood Dread Knight. They don't level up the Innkeeper's Talent, so they probably don't have a Vraska in hand. They want to develop with other stuff. Or they figure that... Terra Sunder. They have correctly assumed that that is pretty bad for us, or pretty rough. Full price Overlord? Just try for it. Like, if the odds of the green-black deck not having spot removal are close to 0. But if they don't, we get like an Overlord bonk, Virtue, impending, flick a coin or something. Like, we can just do stuff. Hit me. Hi, Shieldred. Overlord gets shot, Draw. We want to impending stuff, I think. That's awkward. Well, time to do the same thing. Which is to say, if they don't have spot removal, we're okay. But they probably do, because it's Golgar. Yeah, Liliana of the Veil, we're dead on board.
A fight?
Sure. Hand works. We do the Fountain Port Bell. Maybe we take this. No, that's for cowards. Time to get stuck on 2. Sleight of hand for the opponent, so we are versus mono blue, I guess. No land drop before the seconds. Oh no. Oh no. Buddy. Oh, that keep is better than it looks for them, just in terms of the math that's happening, and they low rolled. Okay. Well, O'Hara Chanel? Overlord is very good for Delirium, actually. So maybe that's correct. We do hit a Fountain Port, so that's good. And we can activate the ability on the Bell to get another card in hand. And we have full Roller Crusher Ride Delirium before our opponent has hit their second land drop. So that's... Oh. Martin Martini, where is your Bone Palace Orchestra? That sure is a reference I just made. Into the Flood Maw? In this economy? I mean, there's a way for them to stay in the game and, like, undo a couple turns. We should... Artists... Yeah, just redo the Artist's Talent. Doing a think. Thinking it twice. Tossing O'Hara Chanel, cause... our hand is like that. Okay. Fish! I am very surprised they're still playing it out, honestly, but... sure. I mean, now that they've hit second land, they're in a way better position to do stuff, so... maybe it's fine? Artists... I do a weird punt. It's fine. Chuck the other Artist's Talent. Level up one of them. Our opponent deciding if they want to. They negate that one. Okay. Level up this Artist's Talent to 2. Fish 'em. 15 turn clock. Now we're one off of 15 minutes. That is such a specific reference. Y'all know the fake podcast that Friends at the Table makes? Not one of their real podcasts, which has fictional material, but the fake podcast that has real material about fishes. Once more with feeling. Is that... that's the second one? Should we... Roller Crusher 0. Crab! Crab. Thinking about crab. Moment of truth. Okay. Pass. Pass. No, check out Friends at the Table. They're very good. They are the best actual play podcast. Shots fired, question mark? I don't know. Shots medium fired. I did go through a period of listening to a ton of actual plays, and then it's just like, most of these are actually quite bad in terms of the work going into like narrative construction and stuff. But Friends at the Table, they do good things, good work. Thinking about them overlords. We could Roller Crusher, we could Mechanized Warfare. I think Overlord Impending Kill Crab is an okay game plan. Curate. So it resolves. The Overlord resolves and we kill Crab. We do in fact have time to gab. So we have time for Crab. Tellurian Terror. Haughty Jin do 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 do. We would like to Roller Crusher. Do we Roller Crusher X2 here? I mean, yes, that's just a thing we do, I think. Filter the Fountain Port Bell. Land. Roller Crusher X2. Decline. We like the Overlords. Moment of Truth. They have a lot of card selection and not a lot of counter spells. They have done very well for how long they were stuck on 1 mana, but it gives us enough room to hit land drops, pay for ward costs, etc., etc. Yep. Pay for the ward. Cool and good. Overlord ticks. Haughty Jin do 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 do. So anyway, I started blasting. This just kills them if I'm not mistaken. I suppose I'm giving them an out in that they could... No. The Overlord just hits them for 11 and we're fine. We're fine. Good games to the opponent. Anyway, this hand is okay. We've got an Artist's Talent. We've got an opponent mulliganing for Ley Lines of Resonance. The 2 snap mulligans felt very Ley Line of Resonance. We'll see if my guess is correct. They do also have the mono red otter thing as a sleeve. Heartfire Hero. I love that mouse. Let's just give it a little playful shove. A little playful shove never hurt anybody. Oh no. Slick shot, show off, bum 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 bum. We should just hold up a lightning strike. I want to play a Mechanized Warfare or something, but that's not the game. Okay. Artist's Talent. once again, hold up the lightning strike. I was going to playful shove the Heartfire Hero for a second, but if they have like a monstrous rage or just literally anything that targets it, that gets much worse. Sure, you can have 1 damage as a treat. Level up the artist's talent. We're vibing. Continuing to play around the slick shot show-off. Resolve? I suppose. That's not how that works, but okay. Mechanized warfare is maybe... oh, Roll tokens do not stack. Bum 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 bum. Good games to the opponent. They sure tried for that ley line of resonance. Thank you for watching the video, and an extra big thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members that help make these videos possible. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.